This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so the Gunna fan page got shut down by the Young Thug fan page and the Little Baby fan page because they believe they were the ones leaking all of the audio from jail. And they flagged them for a bunch of stuff. And they celebrated Little Baby snippets and Young Thug Daily. I guess they celebrated together. And listen, man. It is what it is. It's not like things are being made up out of thin air, you know? Like, Young Thug said those things on phone calls. Young Thug meant those things on phone calls. I'm happy he's home to his family, but he's showing true character through those phone calls and actions. He made a love letter last night to everybody but Gunna, the one guy who I believe helped him take his music to another level, because Young Thug had great music before Gunna, but after Gunna, he made different music that was even better. And we're seeing now he hasn't dropped anything since he's come home that was that great. It has shock value. The one he dropped on Friday, he was talking about Gunna's, last Friday, Gunna's a rat, this person a rat, this person a rat. Then the one he dropped last night was like a song to, like a love song to Drake and everybody else. He gave 1 minute to Mariah the Scientist, who was supposed to be his wife, right? I know they're not married, but like that's how he considers it. And then he gave 6 minutes to guys. It's just, I don't know, man. Little Baby has not accepted the apology publicly. Probably won't do it publicly. If they do talk, it'll be private. And I think he'll accept his apology, but I don't know if it'll ever be the same. It's almost like when Drake forgave Meek Mill, Yeah, he gave you a song, that's that, but like they never were the same anymore, because once you cross someone, you have to question them forever. The biggest mistake I've ever done in my life is someone crosses me and later in life you forgive them, but then you let them back into the fold. Always a recipe for disaster because history tends to repeat itself. It's good to just, be cool with people, end any issues you might have later, but you don't have to bring them back into the fold. You could just know that, like, hey, there ain't no issue anymore. We talked about it. There's closure on that issue, but it doesn't mean you guys are going to be cool again. That's always a recipe for disaster, So this gets even more diabolical. Let me finish this Young Thug topic so we can move on to the next thing. YFN Lucci's dropping his album on the 19th, and now Young Thug is dropping his album on the 19th. You know what's really stupid about this? You basically went to jail. Part of the reason you went to jail is your beef with YFN Lucci and how it escalated. The violence that happened amongst the city between crews. So why keep it going? Like, this isn't like, just leave it alone. Now, one of them probably won't drop next week. I think YFN Lucci's for sure dropping. I'm going to be honest with you. YFN Lucci's dropping way better music than Young Thug right now. Way better music. Way. He has better melodies, better beats. Young Thug is just back to being the original Young Thug. He should really go try to make it right with Gunna. I don't think Gunna would ever be around him again, though, because it's dangerous. Like, Young Thug moves like he's still in... He didn't learn his lesson from being in jail. He's still moving like he's in the street with street codes, He still keeps street dudes around him all the time. Gunna has moved on to a different level. And he sells more now. I mean, it's a total transformation. Now, Mobb Deep dropped their single off an album. I think that's dropping next week. It's called Infinite. It's good. It's a good Prodigy song. It's short. I'm gonna be honest though. This is not Mobb Deep's best work. You know, like from being around, I know when you know that what music is there and what music isn't, right? Mobb Deep has probably hundreds of songs that have never been released. I mean, these guys always were recording, right? Some of the stuff I've heard that never has been released is amazing. But it's Havoc picking it himself, right? And he's not removed from it. If somebody else was able to pick that music, you would get a really great Mobb Deep album. I doubt that this album's going to be amazing. And trust me, I'm one of the biggest Mobb Deep fans ever. I they inspired me to even get into music and do music videos back in the day, But I just know how things work, and I know it's going to be overdone and overproduced, and they need someone with a different ear that's a fan to pick the music instead. Like a critical fan, someone that would be like, that's not the best. They have amazing songs in their vault that just aren't coming out. It's weird, but that's how life goes sometimes. And then I saw Havoc linked up with Nas too, so I think Nas will be on the album, which is good. It's coming out through Mass Appeal, which is Nas's company. Dave Bluntz is no longer working with Kanye West. He makes that announcement. He says, "Stop asking me about that." I already talked about this yesterday. Glorilla did go in on Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist because they were chatting about her. He says, Miss Netta looking... He looks like Miss Netta. He does look like Miss Netta. He looks like Sexy Red, too. Rick Ross says he's releasing new music with Gucci Mane. I guarantee nobody cares, bro. I'm going to be honest. Like, I like Rick Ross. I think he's great. But just nobody cares. Like, I'm telling you. Like, people want to hear his old music. They don't want to hear new music. He moved into social media space. So, he still has attention of people. But these same people that go to his car shows and do that kind of stuff, they're not going to buy the album. It's not going to happen, bro. He'd have to do a trick, like a concert or something, and have the ticket come with an album for it to have real good sales. He's going to go triple plastique. And Rick Ross is great. I think him and Meek Mill should become a group. Because I like that album they did 2 years ago. Iggy Azalea says that she can't date because nobody can match her financially. Costs her $15 million a year just to have her lifestyle, she says. This OnlyFans money is really getting to her head, man. She's made more money off OnlyFans than I think she ever did off the music. Let's be real. Delusion. Then, speaking about delusion, Soulja Boy shares which artist he'd like to give his next hit to. When's the last time Soulja Boy had a hit? He had a little viral sensation that was not a hit a couple years ago. What was that, 2019? The Rick and Morty, and then he had some other song. That was not a hit record. He got a deal for the single, and that was it. Nothing else since. Let's not act like Soulja Boy's some secret hit maker here, okay? He had a few songs. He had a huge movement back in the day. He was the first social media rapper. But let's stop saying next hit. I don't know. And then DJ Khaled's begging for forgiveness from Drake in a sense because he's on Fat Joe and Jada podcast just pining about Drake Not saying sorry, but just pining over him. I love Dre. I love Ross. I love Future. He loves everybody. They're my brothers. Meanwhile, he dropped a song with Vibes Cartel, Buju Banton, Bounty Killer, Movado, and everybody. Like all the big heavy hitters, right? Couldn't even crack 1 million. It's slow. I mean, it's been weeks. There's a video shot and everything, and just no traction. And the song "Brother" with Post Malone and Young Boy. This isn't usually a Post Malone song would have millions and millions of streams 4 weeks later, but it doesn't. Khaled just needs to stop, man. I guess he's milking that getting that last juice out the coconut. You know? Anyways, that's about it. Go check out the Mobb Deep single. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe, I think it's good. It's just not like what I'd expect from a single. It doesn't excite me that a Mobb Deep album's coming. That's my point. And we'll see if Little Baby can find it in his heart to forgive Young Thug. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.